आपको ये बात तो I have to tell you, जब से ये लाइव अनाउंस हुआ है ना, मेरे बहुत सारे फॉलोअर बढ़ गए यार. मेरे भी बढ़ गए भाई. बहुत सारे इतने रिक्वेस्ट आए, इतने लोगों ने इतनी प्यारी चीजें पूछी है कि I am feeling very overwhelmed right now. So I'm under a lot of pressure now. We have to kick ass in this live.
That's right. This is a face-off.
Let's build some.
This is a face-off with Amcha boy.
It's gonna be a face-off between the two of you. और हम इस face-off की शुरुआत करते हैं यार. आप दोनों को शो हो गया लॉन्च. डार्की, आमचा, इतना प्यार मिला है, इतनी नफरत भी मिली होगी. बट आप लोगों को कैसा लग रहा है यार? डार्की एंड आमचा, हाउ यू आर फीलिंग?
बताओ डार्की भाई कैसा लग रहा है?
I'm so sorry, मेरा नेटवर्क.
डार्की भाई कंपटीशन इसलिए आ रहे थे, नेटवर्क सही नहीं है उनका.
हाँ, यही हुआ था.
यही रीजन है.
एस्केप लाइव ऑफिस में डायमंड्स भेजना भी बंद कर दिया था. ये सब हुआ था.
अरे बट
सिद्धार्थ तिवारी has just joined our live. Let's say hello, Siddharth Kumar Tiwari. How are you, sir? Your two boys are here with me. Amcha, Spider. I'm sure he's going to be back. So Amcha, you tell me how have you been feeling? The show is out. Amcha is out there. What have been the reactions? Please tell me.
And so to be very honest, I was very nervous before the release because as you might have seen in the show, मैंने action किया and मेरा first time था action, like doing proper stunts. Honestly, before the release, but the way people have received the show, all of our characters, all of our performances, everything, because we are a part of it. I started watching it and I couldn't stop myself.
तो मेरे साथ थोड़ा खेल खेला जा रहा है.
Diamond, पता नहीं क्या क्या कर रहे थे. नहीं भेज सकता. Diamond, I was the monitor of Darkie in the show. That was so cool. So I just spoke to Ritwik and I asked him how he's feeling about the show. About the responses that he's been getting, about his character. You tell us, Sumedh, how are you feeling, yeah? Darkie is out there.
I think so. I surprised a lot of people, like my own friends. Like they were not really expecting me to do something like Darkie, and neither was I. Thanks to Siddharth sir, he's like, you'll do Darkie. Kal se tum Darkie. So yeah. But then overall, the whole show, लोग उसको बहुत हद तक फील कर पा रहे हैं, रिलेट कर पा रहे हैं. Different characters, सबकी अलग अलग stories हैं. Some of the incidents in the show, which are shown, are little disturbing. And maybe that is what is the intention, people are like understanding that कि ये ऐसी चीजें भी होती हैं. And even for me as a viewer, some things like dance Rani का track हो गया, even with Amcha, with Fetish, I was like, oh, क्या हो रहा है. But then yes, in the end you understand, you learn some things, and yes, people are loving it. Yes, people are
actually loving it, and we have really pushed the envelope with this show. I felt हम लोग सब आए. We went all the way. There were no half punches. We were not holding anything back. And I absolutely love that about all the performances. But especially the two of you, yaar, they were such physical roles. They were such physical roles. I mean, in terms of Amcha, with all the physical training that you had to do. And for Darkie, you were just like a live wire. You were exploding in every frame. There was a moment every time.
Alek bhai, at some points in the show, जब मैं डार्की को देख रहा था तो मुझे कहीं लगता था इसका गला नहीं दुखता होगा क्या स्टेज के बाद? Because he's I think you changed your voice also to some extent, and you were shouting and you were there. मेरे को लगता था
he was looking like a different person. You were looking like a different person to me. This sweet pretty face of yours, वहाँ पता नहीं क्या हो गया था. The veins were coming in weird ways. The voice. Man, how was the journey to creating these two characters for both of you? Because you do not look like this on that show at all. आप लोग अभी जैसे लग रहे हैं, बिल्कुल वैसे नहीं लग रहे हैं. There have been wonderful transformations that you all have gone through, and I think you all have done fabulous jobs with the way you all have changed your appearance and just changed the way you all are on screen. So how was that journey, boys? Please tell me.
You want to go first? So I think exactly when I got to learn about the opportunity and ये character है, ऐसा है, तो I was sold the minute I read the brief only कि यार ये करना है मुझे, because I'll get to do action, and this is very different from what I was doing at that point in time. So that's something that really attracted to me towards the character initially and the story. And then when I read the script and I learned about the whole concept, and bro, this was 3.5 years back, but it's so relevant today when you released it. But so that was quite interesting for me. And we used to sit for a lot of readings, discussions about how Amcha would look like, how he would walk, how he would talk, what sort of stunts he would do, what he would wear, visually kaisa hoga, SL kaisa hoga. So we had, like, मैं, Siddharth sir, Abhishek, we sat for hours and discussed about it. And I was quite chubby back then. And
you were chubby back then, huh?
I was quite chubby back then, and they wanted me to, of course, lose weight and look lean for the part. And COVID का first wave hit हो गया था, so gyms were shut down, everything was closed, and मुझे पता नहीं था कब shoot start होगा. So I decided to take that challenge and start working out in the lockdown only. So I used to do 2,500 skips a day, made my own डाल लेता था. मम्मी डर जाती थी ये क्या कर रहा है, but so वो सब कर रहा था to achieve that physique. And we all of us did that, yeah. So yeah, that was my prep for the character. And of course, parkour being an integral part with my coach Deepak.
Right. Have you been fascinated with the art of parkour in your life anyway? I mean, we've seen stuff and.
Oh, absolutely. So my dad used to show me a few parkour videos. ऐसे बहुत पहले he was quite into it. I used to love watching it. And जब मुझे पता चला ये करना है, and I am scared of heights. But after doing parkour,
you're scared of heights, huh?
Yeah, but वो डर निकल गया because the very first day I went for training, Deepak sir ने बोला चल भाई 7 फीट की हाइट से कूद. नीचे गद्दा रखा हुआ था, but मेरी फट गई तो. But we did.
He's back. Sumedh is back. Sumedh is changing the position. Hopefully Sumedh is going to start now. And you're not going to go win.
ये लाइव का एंड तक में पूरा
कर दूंगा यार. इतने सारे कमेंट्स आ जाते हैं कि वो चला गया, उसे वापस बुला, ये क्या हो रहा है?
I'm so sorry for the network here. Like my audience is pretty much used to the network problems that I have.
Oh my God! Tell me about it. We are going to actually get to that with Umbergaon and everything happening there. So, Amcha was telling us about his journey and how he came on, how it was such a physical role, the parkour aspect of it, and all of that. For you, Sumedh, how were you cast as Darkie? We all know there is a very special character that you play on a hugely successful TV show, one of the most iconic roles India has ever created, that of Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna said Darkie. ये क्या हुआ है हमें प्लीज बताओ. हम सब जानना चाहते हैं. मैं तो जानना चाहता हूँ यार.
I think so. It came as a shock to me. In short, this whole journey was like me feeling that I can't do it and me telling myself that I can do it. So every time I used to go and play darkie a day before or even that the same day shoot को जाने से पहले I used to feel like कि यार मैं कैसे करूँगा, मैं कर पाऊँगा, नहीं कर पाऊँगा. This was always there. So I just had to prove myself. सर ने जब मुझे कास्ट किया था, so initially कोई और था जो प्ले करने वाला था. So maybe he had someone else was supposed to play darkie.
Okay.
At the last moment, I came in क्योंकि कुछ problems हो गए and then I was the person he saw and मुझे बुलाया उन्होंने. वो सामने ही रूम में थे मेरे उमरगांव में and he was shooting for Escape Live. पूरी दुनिया Escape Live shoot करी. I'm not in context ever. मैं अपना YouTube पे कुछ तो वीडियो देख रहा हूँ and sir calls me कि सुमेध कहाँ है? बोला सर मैं तो घर पे हूँ. बोला सामने है ना? बोला आजा. तो मैं गया. I thought कि हुआ क्या ऐसे suddenly सर ने मुझे बुला लिया. मैं अंदर गया and he's like क्या जाना बैठ जाना. ये बोला सर मैं समझ गया कि कुछ तो बड़ा सीन है. क्या है बताइए ना थोड़ा. तो उन्होंने कहा कि यार मैंने तुझे 1.5 साल पहले पूछा था याद है कि तू डार्की प्ले करेगा. तो मैंने कहा हाँ आप चाहते हो मैं डार्की प्ले करूँ. तो बोलते हैं हाँ मैं सोच रहा हूँ तुझे क्या लगता है. So he always wanted to first check if I am in for the character because that's a massive character. He wanted to know कि मैं करना चाहता हूँ कि नहीं करना चाहता हूँ. मैंने कहा कि सर आपको क्या लगता है मैं कर सकता हूँ. 3 साल से मैं श्री कृष्ण का मैं कैरेक्टर प्ले कर रहा हूँ. मैं कहाँ से कर पाऊंगा. तो उन्होंने मुझे एक चीज कही जो मैं हमेशा याद रखता हूँ और खुद को समझाता था. जब मैं खुद को डाउट करता था तो उन्होंने मुझे कहा था कि मुझे लगता है तुम कुछ भी कर सकते हो. तो मुझे लगा सर सुनने में अच्छा है लेकिन क्या मैं सच में कर पाऊंगा. सर उसके 10 दिन में शूट शुरू होना था एंड जो राजस्थान का सीक्वेंस है जो लास्ट के लाइक 8 और 9 एपिसोड्स में जो है वो सबसे पहले
Okay.
So it was pretty difficult to make myself understand that I can do simultaneously क्योंकि मैं रोज धीरे कैरेक्टर पकड़ना मेरे लिए पॉसिबल नहीं था. पैकअप के बाद बैठ के 3-4 घंटे I started with music, getting into the music that takes me towards the character and then understanding the character. उसका एक बैक स्टोरी बनाना, फिर समझना कैरेक्टर को, फिर वो क्या करता, कैसे करता. और बहुत सारी जगहों पे ऐसा हो जाता है कि हम कैरेक्टर को जो बना रहे हैं वो काफी
Sumedh will be back very shortly. Do not worry. Oh, he's back. Yes.
हेलो हेलो
हाँ Sumedh, please continue.
मेरा नेटवर्क
Yeah.
I think there's a network issue.
There's a network issue.
Yeah. अब अलग
Yes.
अलग locations आएगा वो फिर से.
He's gonna keep shifting his location. So Amcha, you have to tell me one very important thing. How were you cast for this?
How was it cast?
What is the first conversation that our visionary creator Siddharth Kumar Tiwari had with you when you came on?
Oh यार, so मतलब ये तो exactly like I told you 3.5 साल पहले की बात है. And I auditioned for the part. Mukesh Chavla ji was casting, doing the
But you
casting.
auditioned this part.
For Amcha only. Yeah, for Amcha.
Right.
And I auditioned for the part. I really enjoyed the audition also. Like there's something different. With the Mumbai touch, he had that Mumbai touch, and you know.
Yeah. Are you from somewhere?
I have been born and brought up in Bombay.
Born and brought up here. Okay. Super.
Yeah. So I somewhere related to that character, and I had a fun time auditioning for it. And then I got a call that I've been locked for the part, and I met with Siddharth sir. And I was initially very intimidated, before meeting him. कि यार क्या है कैसा है, because I mean of course he's been in the industry for so long and he really knows what he's doing. So मैं बड़ा वो डरा हुआ था.
He does. He absolutely does. Yeah.
So he made me so comfortable यार, and अच्छे से बैठे उन्होंने पूरी story बताई, समझाया, took his time, made me comfortable. And the best part about him is that वो director है, it's his vision and everything, but whenever he's even discussing something, he's telling you about something, he always asks for your opinion. Hey, welcome back.
Sumedh is back on his fourth location. On his fourth location of this live.
I'm so sorry यार, मैं कुछ नहीं कर पा रहा इसलिए.
No problem, Sumedh. Every time you go, keep waiting for you when you're going to come back.
Yeah.
The important part is like Jon Snow. Every time you go, you will come back. That's what.
हम भाग जाते हैं, डार्की भी ऐसे ही भाग जाते हैं, वापस आ जाते हैं. वो वाला फील है. But
so I'm just come back to Sumedh. Sumedh had started at a point where you were telling us about the music.
Yeah.
That you started listening to enter back, to find the character. So just continue from there. I'm going to come back to you, Amcha. Just give me
no problem.
इससे पहले सुमित का नेटवर्क है. हाँ. तो
let's get the questions in.
Yeah. So what happened is I had this playlist made, और उस playlist को मैं हमेशा सुनता था. To get into that character, I used to get that energy from inside, and I used to try to get into the character mentally.
What were these songs, if I can ask you? What was that playlist like?
The playlist was very aggressive music, trap में हो गया, dubstep में हो गया, ये सब music जो काफी wild था, जो मुझे ना completely एक psychotic state में ले जाता था, जहाँ पे ना I just wanted to burst out listening to that music. तो मैं वो रेडी होते हमेशा बीच में जब भी टाइम मिले आई यूज्ड टू गेट इनटू दैट, क्योंकि बहुत आसानी से वापस नॉर्मल हो जाता था जो मैं हूँ, जैसा मैं हूँ. तो मुझे बार खुद को पुश करना पड़ता था. एंड देयर वाज एसकेटी सर ऑलवेज ही हैड एन आई ऑन मी कि उनको पता था कि कितना डिफिकल्ट है इस बंदे के लिए. तो क्योंकि मैं 3 साल में काफी हद तक मैं शांत हो गया था, मैं काफी चिल आउट हो गया था, रिलैक्स हो गया था, तो वेरी पीसफुल पर्सन. तो वो सब चेंज करके हमें डार्की बनना है. तो वो हमेशा मुझे बार टूटते थे कि कहाँ एनर्जी लाना है और एनर्जी चाहिए. सो वी हैड टू पुश आवरसेल्व्स एंड वो करते फिर हम वो अडॉप्ट करते थे. इट वाज वेरी डिफिकल्ट फॉर मी, बट एवरी टाइम देयर वाज अ न्यू शूट डेट दैट आई गॉट कि अभी हम इस डेट पे शूट करेंगे. मेरा स्ट्रेस लेवल थोड़ा शुरू हो जाता है, कैसे करूं, और फिर सारा स्ट्रेस डार्की के टाइम पे निकल जाता था. स्पेशली डिफिकल्ट होता था.
Drop that nervous energy into your character, which adds so many elements to your character. Every the twitching and the way you were speaking, just the eyes going on. It was.
It's like आप अंदर से पूरा आप खोल देते हो. वो कैरेक्टर करने के बाद आप अंदर से थोड़े खाली हो जाते हो, because there is no sort of pain or anger or frustration left any which way.
It must be exhausting also. It must be very exhausting to play that role every day.
It was changing me. मैंने कभी इस चीज को लेकर ज्यादा बात नहीं की, क्योंकि वो मुझे नहीं पता कि लोग कैसे उसको ये करेंगे. सो आई वाज ऑलवेज लिटिल है ना कि मैं कैसे बोलूं, क्या बोलूं. बट एक होता है ना कि आप उस कैरेक्टर में घुसना, मतलब आई कैन डू व्हाटएवर आई वांट. मेरे आसपास जो लोग हैं, आई यूज्ड टू गेट इनटू द म्यूजिक. आई थिंक सो टाइम्स अप. नहीं लोकेशन प्लीज नेटवर्क.
Oh!
प्लीज आया यहाँ पे आया तो अभी फिर गया
नहीं सही है bro, सही है. We can hear you.
You're there, you with us. Oh, some great light to his face there. Some great light. Lighting also happened. Darkie is coming back.
तो जब हम ऐसे बन जाते हैं ना कि आप कुछ भी कर सकते हो ना, I started becoming a little aggressive in my personal life. Not like कि सब पे चिल्ला रहा हूँ या भड़क रहा हूँ ऐसा कुछ, but then you know, if someone comes and says something which I don't like, Sumedh will just like let him go. ठीक है, बोल अपनी लाइफ पे, तेरी लाइफ पे बोल जो बोलना है, जो भी है, ऐसा. Darkie was like जो मैं कर रहा था उस टाइम पे I used to feel like कि इसको एक जवाब मिलना चाहिए. वो अंदर से मुझे फील हो रहा था कि I'm changing how I'm looking at things. तो ये सब चीजें मुझे धीरे अंदर से रियलाइज हो रही थी, which is somewhere a good thing that you know you're not very much into your own zone, but also you have that fighting spirit and everything. एक होता है ना, काफी strong feel होता है उसमें. You can do whatever you want without thinking about anyone, anything. तो वो एक हो रहा था, but then eventually I came in terms, क्योंकि सब खत्म करके मुझे वापस जाके जब श्री कृष्ण का रोल प्ले करना था ना, तो वो अटेन करने के लिए you have to have that peace inside. तो वो automatically आ जाता था सेट पे जाके, in that character, in those scenes. तो you know, Shri Krishna helped me to come back to what I am.
Shri Krishna helped you find Darkie, and it also helped you to come back to who you are.
Yeah.
You know, like an unbreakable ka thing, na? Then you have to go complete opposite to find the opposite. You know, it's like, because that was a very wonderful shuffle that you've done. And I have to tell you boys, tum dono na, y'all are the fire starters for the show also, yeah. Y'all have really like, you know, your characters, when they come in, the first face-off of the show is y'all.
Yeah.
And that face-off scene in the second episode, it is fabulous. Just the way it's happening, the way it starts, the way you get in, how Amja's your fan first, and then you're also being sweet to him. But then और फिर हमको भी लग रहा है ये Darkie का प्यार से कैसे बात कर रहा है इससे, यार ये तो खुश लग रहा है, ये हो रहा है. And then that flip happens, and then even Amja gets really challenged, and Amja like, boss, अब मैं भी दिखाता हूँ इसको. You know that flip. How was that scene? You know, when you were shooting it, because you were doing it separately, right?
We
You were shooting it separately.
बाद में हुआ, पहले हमारा हुआ है ना.
Okay.
He was, yeah, Sumedh was shooting in Delhi.
हमारा पहला हुआ था. तो हम लास्ट मोमेंट तक, there's Sambo, you know Sambo, right? So Sambo Mukherjee.
Yeah.
बहुत टैलेंटेड इंसान है Sambo. So उसमें एक certain, you know, वो उसके पर्सनालिटी में वो cool traits हैं जो मुझे Darkie में डालने थे. तो I used to spend some time with him. तो वो सब थोड़ा मुझ में भी आ रहा था. तो उसमें एक छोटा सा रैप है जो हमने बनाया था, you know. I got something.
Let's hear the rap. Let's hear the rap.
वो Darkie वाला रैप है. मैं यहाँ पे सुमित बन के, वो यहाँ पे, you know, getting me. तो मैं यहाँ पे बनी.
Watch the show for the Darkie rap.
या इसके लिए अच्छा देंगे. तो हमने पूरा एक दिन पहले हमने ये किया था, बनाया था मैंने और सैम्बो ने बैठ के, एंड हमने सर को रात को 12-1 बजे सुनाया, एंड सर लाइक हाँ नहीं सर तो आपको पता है सिद्धांत सर ऋत्विक नोस है, ही इज ऑलवेज लाइक वेटिंग फॉर द एक्टर्स टू गेट इनटू द कैरेक्टर, पोर्ट्रेट देयर वे. हाँ वो पूरा फ्रीडम देते कि आप करो और अच्छे से करो, ही लेट्स यू डाइव एज मच एज यू कैन, यू नो. तो वो चीज होती है. तो ही फाइनलाइज देन नेक्स्ट डे हमने ये किया. एक उससे 15-20 दिन पहले ये फाइनल हुआ था कि हम होवो वोट पे करेंगे. तो हम प्रैक्टिस कर रहे थे. तो हम पर क्या करते थे, तो हमारे सेट है ना कुमारगांव में, तो बैकअप रात को 11 बजे 12 बजे या 10 बजे जब भी बैकअप होता था. उसके बाद वहीं कृष्ण दरबार का जो सेट था वहीं पे हम प्रैक्टिस करते थे इसकी होवरबोर्ड की. गिर रहे हैं, पड़ रहे हैं,
कृष्ण के दरबार में.
हाँ मतलब वो सेट खाली होता था जहाँ वहाँ पे जगह थी, प्लेन सरफेस था.
राइट.
प्रोडक्शन में से कोई हमारे साथ रहता था, मैं था, मेरा ट्रेनर था, तो हम लोग वहाँ पे प्रैक्टिस कर लेते थे रात को मस्त आराम से. फिर वापस आओ, सो जाओ, सुबह उठो, फिर वापस शूट के लिए. मजा आता था उस टाइम.
Because your entry is also on the hoverboard only, right? In the show.
ऋत्विक, हमें पता था कि ऋत्विक ने बहुत मेहनत की है पार्कर पे, एंड यू नो द वे ही इज परफॉर्मिंग इन हिज ओन सेंस. जो कैरेक्टर आमचा कर रहा है, अब देख के बता दोगे कि कितना टैलेंट है इस बंदे में. तो फॉर Darkie to stand in front of it, practically speaking, बहुत हमें सोचना पड़ा कि कैसे करें, क्योंकि वो तो वहाँ पे बंदा फाड़ रहा है एकदम. यहाँ से
आमचा स्पाइडर है, वो तो स्पाइडरमैन ही है हमारा.
मुझे
So then you shot your part first, right? हाँ.
नहीं सही है तेरा, आ रहा है, आवाज आ रही है.
आ रहा है सुमेध, आ रहा है अभी. Sumedh, can you hear us?
हाँ जी, now I can.
Yes. Go on. So then you showed your part first. You were telling us about the rap that you all kind of prepared,
Yeah.
and then SKD sir was listening to it, and then you went to shoot the next day for the face-off.
Yeah, we went to shoot the next day because it was very difficult. This guy, this Ritvik guy, he's a very hard-working guy. And then his character is like also jumping, like literally all over the place. He was like all over everything that you can see. वो वहाँ पे चढ़ के ये कूद रहा है वहाँ से. तो उसके सामने पे डार्की क्या करेगा जो दिखेगा. So you know we thought a lot about things. We eventually came up with it, and it was what दिल्ली की गर्मी, बाप रे क्या इतनी गर्मी है वहाँ पे. मतलब दिन भर हम जो धूप में कंटिन्यूसली शूट करे तो उसके बाद जब हम घर गए इतना रिलीव फील हुआ, मैं बता नहीं सकता कोई.
And then Archer, for you, when you were being a fan of Darkie, and you were talking to Darkie like, "अरे boss, Darkie भाई मैं तो आपका fan हूँ, ये वो." How were you feeling then? I mean, just to, you know, to do a scene where you're a fan of someone without having someone in front of you. That's like a very, very tricky space to go down. Absolutely beautiful, guys. It was very good. So, what did you feel, Amja, when you were doing it?
Being a fan was easy because I was already a fan of Sumedh's work, so it wasn't a challenge for me to be his fan. But but you know that was also like Amja के अगर आप arc में भी देखोगे, journey में भी देखोगे in the show, although he's very confident about he wants to break out of his situation and wants to give himself and his parents a better life and work towards it and do what not to achieve it. Also at the same time जब उसे कोई छोटा feel कराता है ना, that's when it really gets to him. Then no matter whoever it is, he'll give it back to that person in his own style. So
because the first scene is also that.
With
the minute
just even,
the woman speaks, badly to him, he wants to give it back. That's the thing. That was very well established. Yeah.
Exactly. So with Darkie also, of course he's his fan, and जब competition पे announce होता है, Amcha's first thought है, अरे भाई Darkie भाई से कैसे compete करूँगा? He's number one, I'm to nowhere near him. So worry not, we'll just go and I'm a fan. At least I'll get to interact with him and competition नहीं करेंगे, we'll have fun. I'll show him some stunts. He'll be happy. He might meet me. That was the idea initially. Amcha के दिमाग में. And then he goes live. He goes, अरे Darkie भाई क्या हालचाल, कैसे हो, बहुत बड़ा fan हूँ, ये वो. Darkie भाई भी अच्छे से बात कर रहे हैं.
क्या हो गया?
तो करके दिखा, बोल रहे हैं, सब कर रहे हैं. तो ये करके दिखा रहे हैं, सब कर रहे हैं. And this guy is feeling, अरे वाह, मतलब ये तो सही हो रहा है. And then Darkie starts and tells him कि भाई competition है, ये सब नहीं चलेगा.
Just get the Darkie zone.
Right, he does his rap and all of that, and then this guy understands, oh okay, ये तो मेरी फिरकी ले रहा है, he's not actually doing that, and that's when it gets to him and he tells him कि अरे तेरे ऐसे गरीब लोग ये वो बहुत देखे ये वो types. So that's what again triggers him कि अच्छा, you know what, now I'll show you what who you're standing against now. So that's how
you really go for it. And we're not going to tell you who wins the face-off, but it might be Amcha. Okay. So Sumedh, you had a very really tricky character to play because he's supposed to be hated in a whole lot of ways. But what we are trying to show is that even though he's such a hated character, he's such a big star. And everyone wants to follow him, everyone wants to be like him. He's that quintessential bad boy. तो वो जो एक aspect था of being a little evil, but also being loved. That's a very thin line, right? That's a very thin line to walk. When you're playing Lord Krishna, you know you're going to be loved universally. But when you play a character like that, like a Darkie, you're just on that thin line. So what were you bringing to your performance to also make him likable somewhere? Or was that never part of your thing? I'm very curious about that.
Yeah, see, the thing is, first character that I played was in D3, second was in Ashoka, जिसमें proper full-fledged सिर्फ acting के लिए मुझे लिया गया था. Can you guys hear me? Yes.
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
तो Ashoka में I played negative, and then I learned this very important thing about acting कि आप उसको judge मत करो character को कि वो अच्छा है या बुरा है. Never do that with your characters. You just try to understand that what that character is, why is that character the way he is, what he does. उसको as a human being समझो और उसको आप justice दो. आप सोचने जाओगे ना कि अच्छा है, likable है. मैं नहीं कर पाता, फिर वो वैसे मैं नहीं बना पाता. I just live that character. कि वो कैरेक्टर कैसा है, क्या है, ऐसा है तो क्यों है, जो उसके अंदर जो एक ईगो है, यू नो, वो ईगो के लिए कुछ भी करता है, उसको जो चाहिए उसके लिए वो कुछ भी करता है. उसको अगर किसी ने भी लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल नीचा दिखाया, सो हाउ इट अफेक्ट्स अमचा, उसके लिए वो इनटू मेनी टाइम्स है. ही कैन डू एनीथिंग फॉर इट एंड ही डजंट हैव दैट कंट्रोल ओवर हिमसेल्फ कि नहीं, चाहे जितना गुस्सा हो जाऊं ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना, उसके लिए वो चीज है ही. So it was very difficult because at one end I'm trying to learn as much as I can from Shri Krishna's character, है ना. तो वो सभी चीजें कि आपके अंदर अहंकार नहीं होना चाहिए, ईर्ष्या नहीं होनी चाहिए, है ना, क्रोध आपके लिए अनुचित है. अब ये सब मैं डेली बेसिस पे सीख रहा हूँ और मैं इम्बाइब करने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. अब वहाँ पे I have to give justice to the character. If the character is abusive, if the character is egoistic, if the character is like psychotic, angry, whatever he is, I have to play it. वो मेरे लिए बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो जाता था कि मैं वो नहीं कर पा रहा था वो कैरेक्टर जैसा एक है. तो वो पुश करते करते फिर जब तक हम शूट करने जाते थे तो पूरा क्रू काफी सपोर्टिव था, लोग सिद्धार्थ सभी थे, तो we used to get
we had a fabulous crew. We had an absolutely fabulous crew यार. What wonderful.
The character is likable because उसको बाकी सबने भी बहुत ज्यादा ये किया. उसका लुक देखो, उसके ऊपर कितना काम किया है, उसके क्लोथ्स देखो, उसके ऊपर उन्होंने कितना काम किया है. बाकी तो I just tried my best to play him the way he is. मैंने बिल्कुल भी नहीं सोचा कि इसको अच्छा लगेगा या बुरा लगेगा. I just relied completely on Siddharth sir and I think so I did the right thing.
And then went with your instincts, right? You know, you go with your instincts. After a point of time, you have to leave it. हम लोग इतनी मेहनत कर सकते हैं, ये सोच सकते हैं, then you just go with instincts in the moment. At the end of the day.
हाँ जी.
Right?
अब करते जाओ. मैं बस दौड़ रहा था. मैंने कहा सिद्धार्थ सर मैं बस दौड़ूंगा. जहाँ रोकना मुझे रोक दीजिए. जहाँ दिशा देनी हम दिशा दे दीजिए. I'm just gonna dive into the character and do whatever comes naturally. तो बहुत सारी चीजें तो on the spot हो जाती थी. तो कुछ अलग ही हो जाता था कभी-कभी सेट पे, कुछ और ही कर रहा हूँ. तो सर कभी-कभी डांट भी देते थे. अरे ये तो प्लान ही नहीं था. तो मुझे डांट देते थे.
My God. And you know, throughout your performances, the two of you kept growing.